Okay, so I'm Jesse. Most of you know me here. You guys probably thinking that I'm going to get up here and talk about wrestling, right? Well, you're right. Sort of. It's more or less about life. I want to kind of be a little bit motivational for you guys here. So, what do you guys think of when you hear the word time? Well, what I think of is how little of it we have. And I want to give you a quote by Abraham Lincoln. He says that life, it's not important, sorry, I'm trying to remember right now, hold on. The number of years is not important. It's the life within those years that is important. And this is exactly why I was so quick to take my mom on her offer to go to Chicago. My mom is a lieutenant colonel in the Army, and she often goes all over the United States for different military services. And I saw this as a great opportunity for some quality bonding time with my mother, and I was getting paid, so there's that too. I think that going to the Willis Tower and really surveying the area, and we took this water taxi, it was really cool, really fun. I think that all that and staying in a really nice hotel really brought out a good side of my mom that I'd never really seen before. In fact, this is the most memorable time in my life because, or one of the most memorable times in my life because it was the first time I saw my mom smile in the morning before breakfast. And you guys know what I'm talking about. So, I just thought that that was amazing, and I didn't know that side of my mom. So it was really interesting to see how she reacted differently when, you know, things are really opened up for her. So it was really a great experience. I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it. If you guys have been there, I recommend you go if you haven't been there. So, on the other hand, as much as we'd all like it to be, life isn't all about fun. There's value in working hard because it's rewarding, and this is exactly what I took away from my trip to the Olympic Training Center last summer. It was a really nice trip because I learned that it was like a breath of air for me. I've worked so hard, and I finally got, you know, to an intern place where I could say, okay, I made it here. The work has paid off to an extent. It's a start. It was a brief moment of clarity for me, and I think that what it really brought out is that life doesn't last, and that we should really make the most of it, and we should be actively working towards what we want out of life every single moment. Furthermore, not only is life short to begin with, but also there's no guarantee that we'll wake up tomorrow and live to see another day. So I want to take you back to my sophomore year when I was diagnosed with osteomyelitis, which is just a fancy word for bone infection. And I got it in my right thumb. It happened during practice one day, and my thumb jabbed all the way back into my cuticle, and it went up a little bit, and that allowed for infection to get in there, so that's where the deep bone infection came from. But I wasn't about to let a finger stop my whole entire season, so nevertheless, my coaches and I, we still went on the trip to Reno, Nevada, and that's a national tournament. I went there. I'm going to skip all the suffering in the beginning and cutting weight. You guys don't want to hear that. But after the end of my last match, I felt like my hand was just going to fall off right there on the mat, and I had to come back and get it later. It was bad. I was having a bad day. And when I got back from the trip, I actually ended up going straight to the ER because I fainted midway through from baggage claim to the van. So when I was waking up in the bed and my hearing started to come back, the first thing I heard from the doctor was, "Your son shouldn't be doing anything for the next 6 months." And I was like, okay, well, and that's not, I mean, it could be worse, right? The very next thing I hear is, "Your son would be dead right now if he had not taken those heavy antibiotics that night." And that just sunk into me a little bit, and it really changed my perspective on things. And I drew a conclusion from that, which was, life is a privilege, and privileges can be taken away. It's not a right. So, this is why I work so hard every day. I believe that at any moment, our lives can end. And that time is the single most valuable thing in the world. Sure, osteomyelitis took my season away. I wasn't able to finish my season that year. Sure, it almost ended my life, but it's given me a new perspective on life. And I hope that you guys can see what I'm talking about here and take something away from my speech. Thank you for your time.
Okay, questions?